Hi YouTube, welcome back to Tractor Talk with Gary. Today we're going to talk about my lineup of Stihl chainsaws that I have here. I have 3 Stihl chainsaws and I use all 3 of them. Starting over here we have my little guy. I've had this guy for about 16 years, 15 or 16 years. This is an MS 180C. It has the wrenchless tightening system on it, if you can see that right there. But even though it has the wrenchless tightening system, you need a screwdriver to get the gas and oil cap off. So I'm not sure what advantage that is, but this is the one that I carry on my Kubota tractor. I made the homemade chainsaw mount for that. It is a very handy little saw. It's mainly for limbing. It can do some pretty good sized limbs, but as you see, I've got the other saws for that. You can pick one of these up for, I'm guessing, under $300. I don't remember. You got to contact Stihl for the prices, so I wasn't going to ask. I know that I gave something like, it was over 200 bucks when I bought it, or very close to it, something like that anyway. Has a 16-inch bar on it. That's as big as you can go on that. It's a 31.8 cc displacement. It's about 2 horsepower. Holds 8.5 ounces of gas, 4.9 ounces of chain oil, and this weighs in at about 10 pounds with the chain and the bar on it. In the middle, we got my newest little superstar. This is a saw that my dad had. He had a 390 like I have over here, but the 390 became too much for him. He was 94 when he died, and he was still cutting wood up until that fall when he died that winter, but he had still been cutting wood. So this is his 250. I had never used that till this past fall. I love it. I think it's great. The power to weight ratio is awesome on it. You can pick one of these up. They're 251s now for around $400. This has the easy start feature on it, where it's kind of a spring-loaded contraption. You just pull the cord slowly to full extension and it will release that spring and start it. It has a primer bulb on it. None of my other saws have that primer bulb, which you see right there. It also has the wrenchless tightening system. This one has an 18-inch bar. It's 45.4 cc's displacement. 2.77 cubic inches is what that is. It's about 3 horsepower. It comes in around 10.5, 11 pounds with the bar and the chain on it. So it's getting a little heavier than the MS 180 was. And then it has the 3.25 pitch chain. Fuel capacity is 15.9 ounces on this, 6.8 for the oil capacity. Now this has the newer style fuel cap and oil cap. I like that. So amazing power to weight ratio on that one. And here we have my Big Bertha. There are bigger saws, but this one does all my blocking. This one cuts the trees down if they have any size to them at all. This has been a workhorse. I have had this for 10 years, I'm guessing, maybe. It's a little harder on gas than the others are because it's quite a little bit bigger. These are now a 391. And these are going to run around $600. So you're starting to get up into spending some pretty good money on it. This has a 20-inch bar on it. You can run a 28-inch bar on it. This is 3/8 pitch chain, very aggressive. And its displacement is 64.1 cc's. And it is heavier. It weighs about 15 pounds. So it's definitely heavier than the other saws, and you don't want to be carrying this around a lot. I do not have a mount made for this saw. The 250, if you've watched my other videos, I have a homemade mount for my 520 John Deere tractor that I made out of cedar from here on the farm. And the MS 180, of course, is the one I did the video on that I made out of stuff we had here, and that's mounted to my L2501 Kubota. So that's my lineup of Stihl saws for this year. One thing I like to do, I would like to add when I like my stuff clean, and when it comes time to fuel it up, put oil in it, I have a handle brush that I brush the sawdust off of it, get everything off of around the oil cap and the fuel cap, especially the oil cap. And for around the oil cap, a good thing to do is go to your medicine cabinet and get your wife's best toothbrush. There's nothing that works as good as your wife's good toothbrush at cleaning off all the grit and stuff around there. And I probably better erase that because she watches these videos. But anyhow, that's what I like to do. And I have, for my gas can, I've shown this in other videos, I have the Easy Pour, where you take the cap off, you release the button here, take the pressure off, and when you pour in, you simply push this valve in and you can meter it. You can run a little bit out, or you can run it real slow and fill it up. These work incredibly good. I'm very happy with that. And I use steel oil, of course. I use the good stuff. I have used other stuff, but I'm a big fan of the steel stuff. So, and on my big saw, one thing I failed to point out is it has a compression release on it. When you go to start it, you push that compression release in, and it won't kick back as bad. When that kicks back, it will cause you to have some pain. It can sprain your fingers. So anyway, it's a good idea to use that compression release. That's what it's there for. So anyway, that's my steel lineup. Thanks for watching, YouTube. We'll see you for the next one.